We've given away our power. We've given our power to the world. So now the world has to be okay for us to be happy. The world doesn't have to be okay for us to be happy. The world doesn't have to be okay for us to know who and what we are. We are God's holy child. It has nothing to do with what the world is doing. But the beauty of the Course is it says, the more we are aware of this truth, we begin to bring that peace to the world, and the world begins to change through us, through this consciousness, through this awareness. Go on to the second paragraph. It says, what have you done that this should be your world, that there should be a world out there that's punitive and wild and lacking all reason and blind and insane with hate? It says, what have you done that this should be what you see? And it says simply this, that line, that number, that third line in that second paragraph, deny your identity and this is what remains. And that's important. Again, I keep saying it, but it brings it back to this. We need to know who we are. If we don't know who we are, we don't know what to do. You've got to know your identity. You've got to know your sense of who you are. It says, look on chaos. You look on chaos and proclaim it is yourself. We think we are the craziness that's going on in our lives. There is no sight that fails to witness this to you. There is no sight that fails to witness. There is no sound that does not speak of frailty within you and without. No breath you draw that does not seem to bring you nearer death. No hope you hold, but will dissolve in tears. Because we have seen a world that we have made jailer to the Son of God. Because we do not know who we are. And have you seen that in your world? Have you felt victimized in your world? See, that's what you need to look at, just for your own personal self. You may say, oh, no. And then you may say, oh, well, yeah, I do. I do feel victimized. Well, then what that tells us, each and every one of us, is we don't know our identity. We are not living from that identity. Because it says, deny your own identity, and you will not escape the madness which induced this weird, unnatural, and ghostly thought that mocks creation and laughs at God. It's pretty dramatic, huh? Deny your own identity, and you assail the universe alone without a friend, a tiny particle of dust against the legions of your enemies. So it seems like we're pretty powerless. Deny your own identity, and you look on evil, sin, and death, and you watch in despair. And you watch despair, snatch from your fingers every scrap of hope, leaving you nothing but the wish to die. That sounds pretty dramatic, doesn't it? But sometimes in this world, it can get to the place where it just seems like everything is coming at us, that we see this thought of separation so greatly that we can't imagine how we can find any peace. And it says it's because you do not know the power that abides within you. You do not know the power that walks with you. And then it goes on to say in that fourth paragraph, which is kind of our salvation paragraph, yet what is it except a game we play in which we could ever not know who we are, in which we could ever deny our identity. It says, you are as God created you. All else but this one thing is folly to believe. In this one thought is everyone set free. In this one truth are all illusions gone. And in this one fact is sinlessness proclaimed to be forever part of everything, the central core of its existence and its guarantee of immortality. So what it says here is, in this one thought, we are released from illusions. We are released from these thoughts of sin. It is the central existence and our guarantee of immortality, because this never dies. Our reality, the truth about who we are, never dies, even though the body and the form and things of the world may pass. Let today's idea find a place among your thoughts, and we rise above the world and all the worldly thoughts that seem to hold us prisoner. And then from this place of safety and escape, we will return to the world and set it free. For he who can accept his true identity is truly saved. And his salvation is the gift he gives to everyone in gratitude to him who pointed, which is God, to God who pointed out the way to happiness that changed his whole perspective of the world.